The cursed child. Albus, oh hello Rose, what do you smell of? What do I smell of? No, I meant nice things. You smell like a mixture of fresh flowers and fresh bread. Albus, I'm here if you need me, okay? I mean, nice bread, good bread. What's wrong with bread? What's wrong with bread?
Answer Granny strikes again. Let me see that, snapped Roger, snatching the bar out of the mountains. The news Jen studied the wrapper. It is only 10 years out of date. It is perfect, fine to eat. A sinister smile spread across Parker's face. Well, you eat it then, Mr. Roger. Me, yes, you. I have Saoirse and the magic chair adventures around the world. Back home, Saoirse in the chair settled back on the floor. She opened her eyes and smiled at what she saw. From each place she'd been was an amazing toy. A kangaroo, a dragon, and a snow globe to enjoy. Saoirse will always remember the places she saw, and now she was eager to see so much more. She will always cherish what that old magic chair. Maybe tomorrow she'll visit new places, but where?
Today I'm reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In the evenings after he had finished his supper of watery cabbage soup, Charlie was always went into the room of his four grandparents to listen to their stories, and then afterwards to say goodnight. Every one of these people was over 90. They were as shriveled as prunes and as bony as skeletons. And throughout the day until Charlie made his appearance, they lay huddled in their one beds, two at either end, with nightcaps on to keep their heads warm, reducing the time away with nothing to do. But as soon as they heard the door opening and heard Charlie's voice saying, "Good evening, Grandpa John, Grandma Josephine, and Grandpa George and Grandma Georgina," then all four of them would suddenly sit up, and their old wrinkled faces would light up with smiles of pleasure.
Today I will be reading the book Napoleon. When Napoleon bombarded the city in 1809, so he had no reason to like him. But in the poem he admits that while he cannot love him, he cannot bring himself to hate him. According to Grillparzer, Napoleon was but the visible symptom of the sickness of the times, and such as the blame for all the sins of all. There is much truth in this view.
The Wimpy Kid. For the first couple of strips, I did the writing and drew the characters, and Riley drew the boxes around the pictures. Step on a crack, break your mama's back. Yeah, right. Hey Timmy, your mother slipped on a banana peel, and P.S. she's dead. Zooey mama. Rowley started complaining that he didn't have enough to do, so I let him write a few scripts. But to be honest, there was a pretty obvious drop in quality once Rowley started doing the writing. I have been waiting 3 hours to get a hamburger. Finally, one hamburger, please. I'm sorry, sir, we are all sold out. Zooey mama. Eventually, I got kind of sick of the Zooey mama idea, and I pretty much let Rowley take over the whole operation.
Mike Tyson, Undisputed Truth, my autobiography. This book is dedicated to all the outcasts, everyone who has ever been mesmerized, marginalized,
tranquilized, beaten down and got on the wrong end of the stick and incapable of receiving love. I've brung my Wimpy Kid Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, The Deep End, and it's the last book that was ever made. Friday. Last night my family agreed that our trip was off to a pretty terrible start, but we couldn't decide what to do next. I thought we should just admit this trip was a mistake and go back to Grandma's. But Dad said we couldn't turn around because we hadn't done any actual camping yet. Dad said there was a national forest a few hours away, and if we camped there, we could stay in one place for the rest of the trip and relax for a change.
Emporium. Are you sure about this? Ellie's nose was pressed against the glass of the Emporium's front window. She peered out into the wintry Manhattan darkness. Snow had begun to fall. It was now well after midnight, and Mr. Silver had been gone an entire day.
I am going to read a little bit of a Tom Gates book. When I was at Derek's house, Rooster must have slept on my sweatshirt because it looks like half his fur. Normally it wouldn't bother me, but this is an extreme fur situation. I know that if Mum and Dad see it, they'll start saying things to me like, "You know Delia's allergic to fur, don't you? Why did you let Rita jump on you? Can't you just stay out of his way?" Which is impossible. I'd rather stay out of Delia's way, as Rita's a lot more fun to hang out with.
He sentenced Tom's consent. They carried on until they came to a small clearing where the path seemed to end. Tom dismounted, pulling his sword from its sash. He started slashing at the dense undergrowth to clear a way forward.
Sleepovers. I told Mum about my Amy's sleepover party while we were having tea. "That's lovely, Daisy," she said, but I could tell she wasn't really listening. She was too busy concentrating on feeding my sister Lily.
Diary of the Wimpy Kid. Now that our friendship is history, I'm the market for a new best friend. The problem is, I invested all my time in Rowley and I don't have anyone linked up to take his place.
Man, Lord of the Fleas. Hey, Papa, what? Knock, knock. This is not the time or the place for that. No, seriously, this is the best one ever. All right, who's there? A ladder who? A ladder poop on your head. Ha, 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 ha.
Today I am reading Where's Wally in Hollywood. Wow, Wally watches. This is fantastic. I'm really in Hollywood. Look at the film people everywhere. I wonder what movies they're making. This is my dream come true. To meet the directors and actors, to walk through crowds of extras, to see behind the scenes view. I wonder if I'll ever appear in a movie myself.
The parent agency. This was the biggest thing all his friends had. Their 10th birthdays recently, and all of them had been fantastic. Jake had a go-kart party, Lucas had a bowling party, and Taj had a limo party.
I'm reading Where's Wally. My name is Wally. I'm just setting off on a worldwide hike. You can come too. All you have to do is find me. I've got all I need: walking stick, kettle, mallet, cup, rucksack, sleeping bag, binoculars, camera, snorkel, belt bag, a belt, bag and shovel.